Welcome everyone to the grand finals. After a whole day of Halo Wars 2 2v2s, we have ended up with the repeating champions, or the returning champions I should say. Udpu, C-Mitch, Andrews, Toxic right there, going up against the BtC 1v1 Open champ King of Reason, and then also his partner Metaloid Monkey. Now we've got to self-destruct our bases, obviously, because there is no spectator mode in Halo Wars 2 at the moment. We hope that that comes in the future, so we do not have to interfere with any of these games, and also that way the map sizes are reduced to the proper amount. But until then, we have to use this workaround, so we apologize for that.
Absolutely, and I want to jump right in with C-Mitch here. Looks like C-Mitch running cutter here is going to be producing Marines, with Udpu going choppers. It looks like we do have a Decimus cutter versus Atriox combo. Is that right, Nick?
That's what it looks to be. Looks like a... Now, will that cutter play be the difference here? Or will that Decimus...
It'll
cutter
totally
Decimus
vary.
play the double... Look, and I think we've seen... Right now, I mean, King of Reason uses a very... I don't want to say simple-minded strategy, but in a sense it is. You're just building, you're putting yourself into the mid-late game. You're trying to put up as many shields as you can, and you want to draw this game out as long as you possibly can. It's kind of frustrating for enemy players, but if C-Mitch and Udpu can take the advantage and get them down, or knock their control of the map out immediately, I think that's the only time you can beat the double Aatrox play.
I think so too, and I think as long as they constantly have that teamwork. I mean, say Pat Mac and High Tech just would overpush, right? They just go too much. Their units would get cut off in a funnel, and then they lose everything. So as long as they're on top of that, then I think they're going to be in a good spot.
Potentially, yeah. It just depends again. If you can get to the main base of Metaloid or King of Reason, within the first 4 or 5 minutes, you can win the game. If you don't, good luck. Especially considering that, what are they, Cutter Decimus?
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. That's a difficult one to play.
Yes, I 100% agree. Looks like C-Mitch just now grabbing his first mini base. It looks like Udpu might not be opting for that right away. Could be interesting to see if they do something different. If there's any time to do it, it's against these guys in the grand finals. So we'll see what we see. Nope, there goes a mini base down for Udpu as well. So we should be seeing a little bit of a double chopper pump and double marine pump out of both these guys.
Do you think we see a repeat?
I think... you mean in terms of who's going to take home the grand finals?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I
think
honestly,
Andrews Toxic has it.
I think they have it. I think if anybody can take down King of Reason and Metaloid, I think it's these guys.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. And they're both... Look, Udpu and C-Mitch are looking for a little revenge after the 1v1 tournament last week. And what better way to do it than in the grand finals against the winner of that entire tournament, King of Reason.
Right, exactly that. We got champs versus champs here, man. It's going to be a damn good fight for certain. I'm just excited to see how the first 8 minutes go for this team.
Now, what we've seen with that Cutter Decimus play, Pat, is that the game ends... It either ends in the first 8 to 9 minutes, or Aatrox wins.
Right.
I think we're probably going to see something very similar to that. Again, Metaloid and Reason like to play very separate. They don't like to stick together too often unless they're engaging armies, but I don't know, I just feel a little nervous moving around the map without my partner there, because if you get caught off guard and lose a few choppers, that really puts you back. We've got our first engagement right here. We've got Marines pushing, a lot of Marines, and Flamers pushing up. Good Rams there.
Ooh, 3 choppers there are going to fall for Udpu too.
And Udpu is in a bad situation, it looks like, with those choppers. It looks like I see 2 maybe, and then a bunch of Marines still by C-Mitch.
Man.
I don't know who took the advantage on that one. Right away, also, Metaloid has opted to expand as quickly as he possibly can. I mean, this is it. If C-Mitch and Udpu do not push up and do not take over this game, right now, I think it'll be over.
Yeah.
You're not going to beat that Aatrox play. And if you do, I think you would stun everyone within who views this video. Good control with those choppers as well. I'm up though. And right now we've got, I believe that's Savior pushing all the way back as far as he can. They're going to try to protect, they're going to try to regroup and then protect, it looks like, Metaloid side of the map. Udpu and C-Mitch, they do have to commit at some point and push up. They've got power, no control. They need to engage this army of choppers, and here they go. They are opting right down the center. This could be the play. It depends if C-Mitch and Udpu, again, there's a perfect swap. They want to let those choppers take the lead since they are much stronger units. And here they go. They're attacking Metaloid's base. They've got to do this properly. If they do not win this engagement and they don't take out Metaloid's base, I think the game will switch very favorably into the Savior and Metaloid's favor. Picking off quite a few choppers here. I don't know if they have the army composition to take out this army. And you'll notice right, oh, that nice ram by Udpu. C-Mitch is doing a fantastic amount of damage to this base. He's taking out harvesters anytime he can. And again, the point here is not to take out the main. You've got to cripple them. You've got to take out everything around it, and then worry about that army as well while you're trying to take out the, as many harvesters, as many extractors as you possibly can. They need to take out that turret. It's really weak. It would be... Yeah, actually, I take all this back, because the Udpu's backed off. I'm not quite sure if Udpu lost all of his units in that. Oh no, they're there. They were in the back. Looking at quite a bit of a chopper difference here between Savior's team and Udpu's team. Udpu's down to just a couple, 3 or 4 on that side. And they're doing a very nice job of micromanaging this base. Metaloid is, that is. Picking up, he's opting for that shield generator. We've seen this play before. We're probably going to get pushed into that late game, and again, it's going to shift heavily in favor of Savior's team. That Hunter's going to drop. Yes, there's still a chance here. Actually, they've done a nice job of taking out, and there it is. There's the shield gen, and that's... What do you do in this situation? You need to back up. You need to go take out Metaloid's secondary base. You need to find it on the map. You have to assume that Aatrox players already picked it up, and the cheese of the shield gen has already stirred up game number 1 here in the grand finals, and they are opting to back up. It's probably the right play. You need to stop those expansions. And fantastic spot by Udpu. He was able to pick up. He was able to spot King of Reason's secondary base and Savior immediately self-destructs it, and now they've just got a spot. They've got to spot Metaloid's base. If they don't take it out quick enough, he'll be able to get a harvester on it. I'm sorry, a shield generator on it. Right now, he's not building on it. It's kind of strange. It's a very poor micro right now. He's got the economy to do so, just being very slow on it. And right here, nice play by C-Mitch, picks up the garrison. It's going to be able to give him a little bit more range of vision and figure out exactly what they're going, and he sees it. They're both going hunters. I think if they opt into the air game, air with anti-infantry, I think this game would pretty much be in the bag, but we'll see what he does with that scout. Big engagement coming up here in the center. The hunters are about to engage with the choppers. This is not a good engagement here for Udpu. He's going to opt to ram in. Oh, this is a risky play. Maybe he's trying to lose those choppers on purpose. I am not quite sure, because this is not one that you really want to engage in. Here come the Marines from C-Mitch. He's going to be able to pick off a couple of them, a couple of the hunters. Nice job. And they're able to keep them on their side of the map. But look at what's happening right here on Savior's side. He's picked up his secondary base, and instead of opting for the center bases, they're opting for the outer bases. And as you saw right here, Metaloid's picked up his he's picked up the shield generator on that last one. And again, refuses to build on it. It looks like the macro is just not in focus right now with Metaloid. He should have plenty of resources, and he's just not focusing properly on giving his bases the full treatment that they should. And we've got Locust pushing out here by Metaloid as well. It looks like they're going to opt into a very similar play as they've done. Again, there's not a lot of change here with Savior's strategy. It's very straightforward. I don't want to say one-minded, but it's very straightforward. One of them goes Reavers, one of them goes Locust, the other one simply goes Elite Rangers and Hunters. Here's going to be the quick scout by C-Mitch, which is so important, and they figure out exactly what kind of army composition that Metaloid and King of Reason has. Pat, on your side, are they still opting for the chopper? I'm sorry, the Cyclops play?
Actually, they have swapped over to more of a elite ranger mix with engineers. Both the Seamich and Udpu both do have expansions, which is extremely crucial to at least you can't keep up with an Atriox player, let alone two, but you can stay at least a little less behind, right? So they have maintained both their expansions. I'm seeing a little bit of Nightingale, a few Cyclopses here and there. I just think they've lost too many of their units in the most recent engagements to really continue what they've got doing. Of course, Udpu does have a lot of Rangers, man. I'm talking at least 10 with the engineer support, and he's just kind of flying around the map to make sure he gets complete knowledge of what's going on.
Now, right now, the map is completely split in half. Savior's team does have every single base on the map, or on their side of the map, so it's pretty much cut in half. Power node control does go in favor of Andrew is Toxic, which is going to help them in the late game, and it may be the thing that is able to combat the late Atriox play. We got a big engagement pushing down the middle.
Yeah, I was about to say, I bet you there's going to be an army here moving out fairly soon because the timing is just perfect. I mean, of course, Seamich is trying to get a lot of his units back up, but they just aren't ready to deal with this situation. And of course, a couple Suicide Grunts are getting picked off, which is awesome. The Locusts are going to start coming in. Locusts, not the direct counter to Rangers, but they will do an extreme number on them from their distance and range, and the health on the Rangers just isn't good enough. We got a Vulture coming out. Oh no, you got to lose that bitch. You got to back it up. No, he's going to lose that Vulture if he keeps committing it. Oh, but a great
Vulture backs up very quickly.
Yeah, it needs to make sure he backs up for certain. Gonna have a lot of units. So the teleport there.
Into
the
it.
Suicide Grunts is gonna be a good play, but of course the Siphon is coming a huge play there.
This is a fantastic engagement right here by Seamich and Udpu. Wow, they are dropping almost all of their units.
Yeah, they've killed basically everything. Oh, a couple Suicide Grunts there, ready to pick him. You gotta pick him.
He teleported a few Locusts into Seamich's secondary base, and if he can kill that secondary base, then this game has just been flipped upside down. I thought Savior's team just took a big loss in that engagement, but they're going to be able to put Seamich back down to one base. There's no stopping that right now.
Yeah, they definitely don't have a heal
a teleport.
Yeah, that's going to do a great job there. Going to drop Mitch's base, no problem, because the engagement is happening elsewhere. Of course, they do have the opportunity to push on an expo here for red, and if they do, they could probably drop it considering the amount of units they killed, but they need to be careful at the same time.
Is Seamich down to one base?
He is down to one base as of right now. Yeah. He does have 3 mini bases, but yes.
Yeah. Okay, so again, this is what we've been talking about, and this might sound like we're repeating ourselves, but again, that Atriox play is their ability to just pick up bases at will, with fortifications too, plays a big part. And here, I think this is the final push right here, Pat.
I think so.
If they lose this engagement, steamroll will begin. They're hiding inside of a double shield base right now. They've got to attack it now.
But the Suicide Grunts are going to be a huge help because they can just kind of walk into the situation.
Have Cloak. That's a fantastic play.
He does send some Marines in there just to engage them and save a lot of the Rangers, which is a huge play. Only
that
one or
second
two
shield in the back is about to pop back up. Yeah, and that's the cheese of this strategy.
Exactly.
And I think that's going to prevent.
Because I mean, not only do you get that back, but you also have a double shield at that point as well.
Yeah. It's terribly overpowered, and if you're able to abuse it properly, which King of Reason has done in the 1v1 tournament as well as the 2v2 tournament, then you can really run a train, especially in matchmaking when you're playing a bunch of random people.
Right. Exactly that. We're seeing basically Seamich and Udpu have to come back and kind of take over their side of the map one more if they can. We've got
3 Locusts traveling behind your bases, though.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. They're going to start
any mini base in their way.
Yeah, that's right. Metaloid at the same time during that big engagement, that awkward push on the main. Does look like he was able to take out 3 mini bases. Seamich just slowly working his way across the map.
I don't know how I feel about dropping in the veteran C back there, but
yeah, a canister shell could kill all of those Locusts for certain. I mean, they will get at least 2 of them there. Yeah. Oh, he does. He just keeps teleporting them around. We'll lose all 3 Locusts.
Teleport on that.
Yeah, for certain.
Yeah, but it's still a fine play. You were able to take out a couple mini bases. That's fine. Again, this is part of Savior's strategy. They're just gonna wait. They're not really gonna engage too often on the enemy side of the map. They are just huddled into this center base right here. And again, how many bases does Andrew's Toxic have?
They actually have 4, but C-Mitch did just repurchase all 3 bases on his side. So all 3 mini bases, sorry, that the ones were taken down by the Locust Stampede, and it looks like Udpu has just taken his 3rd base. So they do still own their side of the map. You know, as long as they just constantly pressure, they can stop these expansions coming up from King of Reason and Metal. But at the same time, it's not looking too hot. They need to get aggressive with these vultures and not lose them at the same time.
Oh, so Udpu has opted for the vulture play?
Yeah, we've got at least 5 vultures here. I believe, let's see, 4 right now. I bet you a 5th one will be coming out soon as reinforcements is nearing completion. Because he did lose that armory.
They are building killers, right? So, I mean, that's a good play. They do a good amount of damage to buildings, and especially if they've got a triple shield on it.
Exactly.
I can see why that's viable. Now, Udpu and C-Mitch have to scout right now. King of Reason's one of his bases up in the front does not have a shield on it. It's not even upgraded at the moment. They've got to pick these things off. I mean, this is the problem. If you're not constantly scouting, you're not able to pick off some of these weak bases. You end up losing in the late game. Right now, King of Reason has 2 bases with no shields on them. But there's no way to know unless you scout this out. And if you're able to pick those off, then it turns into a 2v, 2 bases to 3 bases on our side. Game becomes a little more even. But if you let these bases live on and the shields come on them, good luck trying to kill them.
Right.
Engagement occurring right down the middle. This is it.
Of course, with the missiles coming out of the vultures as well, that will be extremely helpful. Did catch a lot of those great combo there.
That's a fantastic play. And they do have Dying Breath engaged with them.
They're trying to get that pressure. Does get all those rangers.
They were able to spot that second base.
Yeah, they do see that it's not up yet, but of course, dropping. There you go. There come the missiles. Look at, oh my God, the amount of damage! I had no idea that vultures did that much damage to that.
Keeping his units. Is that Udpu?
No,
or is
that's
that Mitch? So Mitch
right
is now taking his units to the air, as we've seen in the previous tournament. Udpu opted for the Sentinel play. This time, Mitch brings forward the Vulture play, which I think is extremely interesting, and I've never seen it before.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe it works so well like that too. Just dropping those shields. Dropping that base in literally 3 shots. Just crazy.
Here's going to be an engagement that might decide the game right here. Right now, Metaloid's got his units pushing back across. If they are able to pick off Metaloid's units, that might be enough for C-Mitch and Udpu to get back into this game.
Right. The only problem is that vultures are so slow that even if they were to do that, it's not really going to help. But here come the missiles right now. Taking down the shield so fast, man. 2 shots. Of course, they already do have another shield gen coming up. They need to stop that. Great teleport there onto Udpu's army. Oh, this is going to be an ugly one, man. So many suicide guards connect with those rangers. A lot of units will fall. Reavers will be able to take down these vultures with basically no problem.
And that shield gen's going to pop up right there.
Yep.
I mean, it's not too big of a deal. You just need to keep your units alive now, which is going to be difficult because vultures are so slow.
Right. He is going to lose every vulture here for certain.
Yeah. Okay. And that might do it. I mean, given the current state of the meta and how wonky it is, and how unfavorable it is to be a UNSC player, or any player other than Aatrox, you got to give it to C-Mitch and Udpu right there. They came forward with the Vulture play. Unfortunately, it doesn't pan out just because Metaloid's just dominant with his Reavers and Locusts. And here comes the engagement, the push onto. It looks like C-Mitch's Udpu's base. This could spell trouble.
Absolutely.
Well, the Hunters might engage the vehicles right here.
Yeah, the Hunters are trying to sick him down right now, and they are kind of pinched. They are kind of pinched in a weird position.
Will there be a teleport out of here?
Oh, that's why. Oh, no, run, Udpu,
Good
run.
play by Udpu. He was able to get out of there.
Yeah, that could have been way worse than it truly was, so good job dodging that completely. Oh my, too many Reavers, I think, in that mix to deal. Like, the Vultures just aren't going to be able to help. Of course, a couple cruise missiles, if you know what I'm saying, could hit. Oh, great Vortex for certain. Could get a lot of units here. Does kill at least a lot and stuns many others. A lot of those Rangers do fall. The Hunters will be able to stay alive.
Of course, but this engagement is done.
Yeah, you need to hit the Y button on those Reavers, man. Too many units, I think. Too many Rangers. The Locust, like I said in a previous video, Locust and Reavers will officially do a lot of damage to this.
One thing that I don't know if teams have caught on to yet, but Savior's team does not ever change their strategy. It's very simple. How do you beat it, though? It's the same strategy over and over again. They have not changed a thing. Do they have the perfect formula? I don't know, but
I honestly think a cutter Atriox play might be a little bit safer in this scenario. You could still do all the things you're doing minus a Vortex. I still think that could help you and give you that good position.
I struggle with the fact that people aren't going Aatrox still.
Yeah, you just can't have Decimus late game. Siphon's great, but just having the opportunity to have so many bases with shields is just way better.
And we're gonna move on to game number 2. Now, the only thing that can change is if they take out King of Reason's Shipmaster. Seen this before. They're following a very similar pattern. They have a game plan and they're looking to execute it. I think in the previous series they swapped second game to this combo, maybe to switch things up a little bit. But we'll just have to see.
Yeah, exactly. Because it could
if
go
they
either
take
way.
if they take out those ghosts right away, there's a chance for the victory. But they got to go for Shipmaster. And I think two people of Udpu and Andrew's Toxic's caliber, they will quite certainly know which leader to take out.
Yeah, for certain. I think they know that Shipmaster could be the weaker link. So as long as they just tackle that properly, it should be okay, because the Marine Flame could definitely, or I'm sorry, just Marines in general could definitely overpower all the choppers without other Marine support. Of course, a couple Suicide Grunts in the mix could help them, but it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Got a couple ghosts popping out. They're gonna make a push for that big cluster of power, and here's the early first engagement of game number 2. Ooh. Doing a little bit of damage. Now, if you are going ghost, you have to opt for that shield, don't you, Pat?
Yeah, for certain.
No way around it.
You definitely have to do it. There's no way otherwise.
Such extremely weak units. They're slightly better than Jackrabbits, but that's not saying much. Jackrabbits have been just absolutely nerfed out of their minds, so you got to be very careful. And we're going to see a ghost loss very early on the far right side. Oh, maybe not. Just not able to pick it up. The chopper's going to chase it down. This would be a big kill, because that is 200 power. I think 200 resources right there if you're able to kill it.
Just kind of flying around, see what's going on.
And not much is happening in the early part of the game.
Nothing's happening right now.
I don't even see power nodes being picked up. I see one, actually. And now they're opting to move towards that second one. In a few days, they'll be there. Grunts walking across.
Yeah, we got C-Mitch is pushing up with his Marines to take out the middle power node. Looks like they're going to try to get that before anyone else, just to have that little bit of lead. Of course, these players, when it comes down to this level of play, it's all about who has the biggest power income, because that is what gives these players these upgraded bases, these shields, and these upgrades on their armies.
Do you have any expansions on your side of the map yet?
Nothing yet. Looks like Udpu is still opting in for his typical chopper play, trying to get aggressive with that. And C-Mitch,
Do they have a sizable force?
They have a bunch of Marines for sure.
Because right now, Metaloid and Savior are very spread out across the map. They are not together at all. I think they could literally walk up to Reason's base and do a significant amount of damage. At this point, I mean, at what point do you just say, forget the power nodes, go attack the base? Do you say that, or do you got to go with the motions? Because I feel like the motions are what's putting Reason and Metaloid so far ahead in this series, or in this tournament actually. People are just playing their normal strats. They're not really being unconventional, and they're being predictable. And you can't do that against two players who have been so dominant.
Definitely true, man. And at the same time, these people are professionals at telling when the unconventional is happening as well. So, as long as they know how to make the best out of those bad situations, and they are for certain going to start at least stay even with the other team. Because as of right now, say C-Mitch and Udpu are they're slowly moving across the map, bringing all their units together. So as long as they start getting aggressive soon, then I bet you they could be in an okay spot. Of course, they are actually going to push the Atriox first, which is an interesting choice. But they
maybe take out the best one, right?
Yeah. take the
I
script.
I would personally prefer to take out Shipmaster since he's weaker, but I'm fine with this play. Now, it is something of important to note. Metaloid has opted to expand already, so even if this base drops, I just feel like I'm seeing deja vu right here. It looks like a strong opening here for Udpu and C-Mitch, but I don't think they'll be able to take out the base. I don't think they'll even be able to take out a couple of pads. I just feel like we're about to see the same type of collapse that so many other teams have faced when playing against Savior and Metaloid.
Yeah. We're also seeing Metaloid take advantage. He's actually, the bad pathing from Choppers in their garbage ram has actually caused a few units of Metaloids to stay alive. Of course, we do have a power extractor there going down. Now, I'm noticing that Savior is, okay, there he comes, just now opting in for the engagement here, but of course a lot of rams will be going down. Look at that great...
And this is again where it goes, and I don't like the ram back. That might cost them huge. The ghosts are not very strong units, so even if you ram with them, they pretty much knock their shield off. And the fact that the shields were already off from the previous ram pretty much spelt doom for them. He's going to lose all his ghosts. This might actually be the play they needed. Now you got to be careful. You know the shield gen's coming up. This is the most basic play that King of Reason and Metaloid have in their back pocket. Savior also opting in to bring those hunters in.
Yeah, they need anything they could possibly get to deal with that shield right now.
That shield generator is about to come up. 11 seconds away. It should drop no problem.
There we go.
Now they're gonna opt to pick. They're gonna opt to put it up somewhere else in the map. And the reinforcements coming in is absolutely crucial for Andrew is Toxic. They're doing a significant amount of damage to the space. Will they be able to finish it off though? I guess that would be. Maybe they have found the formula, but they got to take that shield gen out. If they don't, that is an absolute choke. Oh my goodness, Pat, they aren't going to spot it. They didn't spot it.
No, it's spinning, it's spinning. Oh, they just now saw it, and that's a little too late. Oh no, the shield gen will come up. That is very, very unfortunate there. They had a great opportunity there to completely destroy Metaloid. Luckily, they have officially applied enough pressure to put themselves in a solid lead. Both of them have taken expansions already, which is probably even to what the other guys have been doing in King of Reason and Metaloid Monkey.
Reason has not picked up a secondary base right now, and Reason's base doesn't have a shield on it yet. They've got to go to the front of the base, so if they let that shield come up again, this is where... Okay, come on, you got to get that shield down. You got to get it down. Why are you walking away with your flamers? What are you doing?
Oh no, they're going to get that one up too.
Oh my god, a misclick cost them that. And again, I just thought it was too good to be true earlier. I expressed my concern on how this push looks promising, and I didn't think it was going to pay off. Again, shield generators in their current state of the meta are just too good. They're very overpowered. If you recall back in the Halo Wars 1 day, Pat, where the shield generators wouldn't activate as long as you were shooting the main base, I think they need to go back to that. That seems the most fair.
I think, I honestly think they're still solid. Maybe say... for your second shield gen or something like that, you extend the time because they still had plenty of time to see those shield gens were coming up. They just didn't attack them properly, and I think that's really the unfortunate side of things, especially when you're attacking Metaloid Monkey or King of Reason's main base. That's the number one thing you want to do is find those shield gens, keep your eyes peeled directly to the turret slots. If they would have stopped those two shield gens from coming up, they probably would have killed Metaloid's main base or at least done serious damage to King of Reason.
It's just unfortunate. I think that misclick on, I think it was C-Mitch's side, could very well cost them. And they are, right now they are ahead though. So we cast our concern for Andrew is Toxic, but they are ahead. Savior has one base. He has not opted to expand yet, which is strange by him. Right around that 8-minute mark, he's usually got 3. Metaloid, on the other hand, he has opted for that expansion, and it looks like they're just bluing. I thought blue was just about to engage red over here. Oh, there's the units. Yeah, so they just got the scout off real quick, and there's King of Reason's expansion right there. What is Udpu and C-Mitch doing to try to push this one back in their favor?
I'm seeing all kinds of things. I'm seeing an air pad going down. I'm seeing a garage live. I'm seeing a lot of infantry units across the map. I'm seeing raid camps out of Udpu. So we're going to see a lot of units here. Probably mostly anti-infantry based with a highlight on some anti-vehicle. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to go for here.
And again, we're seeing the same old right here from Savior's team, and they're opting to make the push on it now, actually. They are not waiting any longer. They're putting on a good amount of, and look at that.
Oh, good vortex! Right on those suicide grids. Oh, but oh my god!
Out. That's a fantastic
wow,
play.
Great job. The extraction got every single unit out of there alive. That is good that they will not have that for the future, but of course that was just so crazy good.
The great thing about that was Andrew's Toxic was able to knock off King of Reason's second base, so they've got him to 1. They know who the weak link is in this game right here. They've got to exploit it.
Yeah, for sure. And of course we're seeing also at the same time Metaloid Monkey is getting some solid scouting done on the enemy side for his squad. That's great. C-Mitch and Udpoo realize they have to back up. They have Hunters, Rangers, Engineers, Wolverines, Flamethrowers, Marines, a little bit of everything in the mix here. So they are getting prepared to push onto the right side of Metaloid's main base, it seems like.
That engagement would actually be the best situation. Right now, Metaloid does not have a lot of units.
Yeah, I believe
For whatever reason, he is just now getting some units up. You're looking at pretty much all of his units right there. It's not a joke. He's got like 1 locus on his main. If they can figure out who the weak link is, then they can maybe turn this game into their favor. Reason still has a good amount of units wrapping around the map. They're just patrolling that side. He's really defending his secondary. That's all he's trying to do right there. If they were able to force King of Reason to move towards Metaloid's side because of the attack, I think that's the only play that's going to work right now for Udpoo. And C-Mitch, where are they pushing right now, Pat?
They're actually kind of mixed up all over the place. I see C-Mitch is pushing right up the front door to King of Reason. Udpoo is on his side of the map, and then Mitch has another half, like basically 2/3 of his army sitting out of the side of Metaloid's base.
Interesting. And here is just a couple Marines. Are there more?
No, yeah, just that grin right there is just going to kill them all, I think.
The Marines trying to just die on purpose? Is he trying to just get rid of them? Looks like they are.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know. You know, you get the scout with it, that's fine. But there's not much else going on. They're probably just opting to switch into some better units.
Yeah, for certain.
How many bases do they have on that side?
They actually have 5. Actually 6. Sorry. Okay, so they're triple based. Oh my.
They're 2 up on it. Savior's team, and that could be the difference. If you can outbase an Aatrox,
that is your number 1
might
opportunity.
That's what you might need. They've done a fantastic job controlling the game so far. A couple early game misclicks that might have prevented them from winning the game earlier, but they are still in this, and they should know that Savior and Metaloid do not change their strategies. They are simply going Locust. They are going Reavers. It is the same old. If Andrew's Toxic can predict that, like they did in the previous tournament, then I think they can knock this off. And Reason's base is upgrading right now. It's about 15 seconds out from upgrading, and then he'll be able to get a shield generator on it. If they attack this base quickly with some air units and take it out, you've got him 6-3 on bases, Pat. And I think that's so crucial to have that double advantage on him.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's exactly what we might be seeing. Actually, seeing we got 3 vultures out of Mitch right now, coming right out. So he's sticking to that style of play. I think he just knows he needs that hunter support out of Udpoo if he wants that to happen. Udpoo doing a good little spread of units here just as he's waiting, building all of his forces up. Of course, he is going to upgrade his 3rd base. Also, Mitch has 2 bases basically fully up and running and a 3rd base that has just started. So, doing a great job keeping all of his units alive. Once again, just waiting on this side. I like that they're not getting aggressive because they know if they lose all their units to that shield play, then that's pretty much it. So I think they're just going to wait patiently for Locust push.
Yeah, again, this is the same strategy they do every time. They found a formula that works for them, and they're not moving from it. Great control on that hill right there, with that little cliff edge.
Would you say they have the high ground?
Savior. Well, Gabe may say that they have the high ground. I probably wouldn't, though.
We got 5 vultures for C-Mitch right now. Cinco. With a little bit of Cyclops mixed in.
I just don't know why they're not pushing it. Because they're letting Metaloid get that reinforcements. They're letting him just have his way right now, and you can't do that. Metaloid's opted to pick up his 3rd expansion, and actually, wow, Metaloid's picked up the 4th base as well. Reason only has 2.
Yeah.
And they are also learning the hard truth that C Mitch's team has all the bases on their side. They have pretty much every power node on the map.
It's my biggest fear is that they're just kind of waiting out for displacement, just like last time. Just what they did last time, they just flew an engineer over there, displaced an entire army into theirs, and they just killed everything for Pat Mac and High Tech. So that could be something they're just gonna think about doing again. If they do that again, man, that could be extremely ugly. A lot of units could fall. Of course, I think that's what Seamush and Udpu are doing, is just like taking up for logistics and making sure their pump is significantly good, and just trying to see what's going on.
And this might be what this engineer is doing. There's an engineer sitting above Udpu's main base, I believe it is, and this could be the one that they try to figure out. Okay, where are their units? What can I displace to put in them in a difficult situation?
Yeah. Seeing a triple sensor tower here for Udpu on his expo or both of his expos, which I think is interesting. And then C Mitch hasn't done anything on his expansion as of yet, but it looks like we do have one watchtower on his main.
Well, here comes a big engagement right here. They are pushing right down the middle. Vultures are going to take those guys out. The Reavers are taking shots at the Vultures. Can they avoid losing that Vulture? Probably not.
Yeah, he's gonna get it.
Oh boy, there it is. They're just going to keep pushing forward, aren't they?
Yeah. King of Reason, I heard him just sack something. He's going for raid camp now on his main, or on it. Yeah, I think that's his main, right? That was Expo. Oh, there we go. Close air support. There we go. Investing everything. Let's give it our all. Trying to drop the shields as quick as... Oh, but there you go. Displacement. Oh, no. Displacement right into 29,000 Reavers. That's what we were worried about. I need to get those missiles off on that Seamuch. Oh, no. Gotta lose every single Vulture here, no problem, without doing any damage.
Well, they were able to take off King of Reason's secondary base, and that's going to pretty much put him to one base well, I should say if they're able to take this base out, which I think they will be able to do.
Yeah, here comes another
now,
Vulture too.
They have 6 bases. They can out-resource them. They need to keep producing units.
Oh, the bulwark on the main, or the base right there will save a lot of it. Oh, man. Great vortex there for sure. Of course, these Vultures here could just turn and kill the base, I think, probably here if he does have a Y button left. Oh my god, it's so close.
I'm concerned that
King of Reason's about to get a shield gen on the base. Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. Save that one more time.
With the shield gen. And, yeah. Not much to say about it.
That was a really good push, a really good idea, but it just didn't pay off properly. I mean, at the same time, though, look, they killed all of King of Reason's army.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to push up, that's for certain. But now's the play. You gotta? I think you really have to just, and this might sound strange, but I feel like you have to commit to one thing. I think you've got to steamroll with anti-infantry and anti-vehicle, and then come in with the heavy hitters like maybe Hornets or tanks. I don't necessarily care for the Vulture play just because of how slow they were. I mean, if you imagine if Hornets got teleported into that Reaver situation, I think I could split my Hornets 4 different ways and probably keep majority of them. In Udpu's or Seamuch's case, he lost all his Vultures, not because he didn't, try to move them out of the way, obviously, or micro them. It's just they're too slow. No one's getting them out of that situation. Right. So maybe opt for those faster units, so when that displacement does occur, you have a way out. And also, Reason's base is still one shot. They have not opted to heal it yet. You've got to, and I don't think they are going to opt to heal it. I don't know if they have any air camps.
Yeah, Seamuch is actually going to scout this, and he should figure this out. I'm sure he did see it right there. So he is able to see that the base is still one shot. Now is the time to push expansions as well, I think.
I was going to say, perfect. Why not just go for the outer bases now? Force them away from that, and then as soon as you see them start moving, attack it, right? Make them choose between it. Because Reason's got one base, well, he's got 2 bases, but the other one's, it's just one shot.
Yeah.
It's a pop shot away, so I think you need to split them right now.
Yeah.
Pooh and Seamuch have put themselves in a fantastic position to take game number 2 here.
Yeah, for certain. Seeing a lot of Locust still. What Seamuch has done is Seamuch actually has kept 5 Cyclops, 2 Veteran, 3 Cyclops included in that mix. Looks like he's actually got 5 3-star Cyclops, which is crazy. sitting around his base, so that way if the locust push does happen, he can defend it easily. I believe
And
that's
the
why he's
locust
doing
push
that.
is occurring.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I thought.
On
It's about
your
time.
right side of the map,
Yeah,
locusts
okay.
are starting to maneuver over.
So he is about to spot that. C-Mitch will spot that here very shortly. And when he does, he will have to act very quickly to take that out. Of course, the hunters from Udpu are across the map, which is not good. But of course, with all the watchtowers down on these bases, I think they should be able to spot it here and move very quickly.
Actually, strangely enough, he opted not to run for it, or to attack with those locusts. He put them in that far side of his base, so he's got them sitting on his expansion right now. And meanwhile, Reason is by himself on the other side of the map. They've split their armies.
Interesting.
Do they trust each other that much?
I think so.
I think it's a bad play. You want to keep your armies together in twos. I don't know how many times we've learned that.
I think the thing is,
Best army is one that's
Shipmaster has upgraded teleport, so
Sure, he could just bail.
yeah, he could just get out of there, go closer, hopefully encourage the army push out of C-Mitch and push somewhere else where they want it, and then be like, haha, I'm back on your side with 2 armies, and then force them to walk all the way back. That's also an idea.
Yeah, it could be. And they've started to stack their units again. And they are trying to pick up Reason's 3rd base. C-Mitch and Uppu, I think they're just being too complacent right now. They gotta make a push here at some point. And you have 6 bases to their, well, they have 6 now, but they are definitely not as upgraded as Andrew's Toxic's bases are. And you gotta put pressure on them. You're giving them 3-4 minutes now to rebuild. You really haven't scouted that off or that well. I think you scouted 1 base. Figure out what's going on and attack.
For sure, man. And also on top of that as well, we're seeing if you guys as you guys are taking a look at the screen here, you'll notice that all these units here are completely spread out for C-Mitch and Udpu in like a very interesting way. This is not on accident. This is actually totally planned. This is actually to avoid a couple of things. You're avoiding any leader powers, say if you think about eradication beam, dodge. If you think about extraction or displacement, sorry. You can only select a couple units here. If you ball all your units up against Shipmaster past the 10-minute mark, you should be very afraid.
And that front base has opted to pick up the shield generator. And we got 2 Nightingales maneuvering around the map. Yeah, here's the push.
Oh no, he could easily displace those. I'm sorry, displace those vultures and get an easy kill there. But I think they're going to save it for a more opportune situation. Slowly pushing out here with a bunch of hunters. A lot more hunters for Udpu now. With Battle Hardened, it seemed as well.
Here's a massive engagement here.
Oh, that could actually be a very big one. Oh, no. The Nightingales were misclicked. He will lose those. Those are actually incredibly crucial to the situation. A great drop there from King of Reason as well.
Did he just teleport those units?
I think so, yep.
Yeah. That's fine. He didn't take too many out in that situation. Now you've still got your vultures alive.
Oh,
At what
no,
point do you put close air support down on that mini base?
When you're in an aggressive position. Actually, King of Reason might be able to get a lot of these units right here. Oh, there's a great vortex there.
They're rallying.
Oh, no.
I think Utpu and C-Mitch are...
Yeah, there's not much they can do in this situation right now. Gonna lose basically all their army. There are cloaked units in the middle of the map. Oh, there comes an extraction as well to save a lot of those. Vultures all will fall.
I don't like the close air support.
They will get dropped so fast at those Reavers.
Not only that, why aren't the Reavers just continuing to walk? Just get out of there.
Nope, all they need to do is teleport away.
He didn't teleport all of them. He's going to lose quite a few. I think that's a really strange play from Metaloid. Why wouldn't you just keep walking?
I think it's just
Instead,
because
you sat there and just took it.
Yeah, the tanks and the single attack Condor or attack Pelican here that's still hanging around was going to do a lot of damage. Of course, there are a good amount of 3-star Cyclops in that mix as well, so I could understand the fear.
Well, why not just extract half, teleport the other half?
It's a great question.
Just kind of stood there, which was kind of strange. But here we've got another engagement. C-Mitch and Uppu putting the pressure back on. They are not giving up.
I don't think they're ready to give up, Nick.
I'm just not confident in their army composition.
Yeah, I can see what you're talking about. I honestly think that the more they continue to push on these bases on their side, the more it's going to be frightening. I think they really have to walk around these armies and go other places. If you
The longer this game goes on, the better it is for the Aatrox player and the Shipmaster player.
Shipmaster, yeah, both of them together. Looks like I'm seeing a couple tanks, Wolverines, Nightingales. Nothing too crazy out of Seamich here. Of course, a couple Vultures as well.
Are they doing anything different? I mean, because
No.
nothing's worked for them, right? So at what point do you say, screw it, let's just go for this bold play? Do you do that, or do you just wait for someone to hiccup and we last another hour into a game?
Honestly, I think... Oh, no, that engineer might be going for the extraction play. Oh, yeah, he said it.
The Locust had pushed up.
Oh, no.
And that's a good drop. He's going to be able to put 3 of them one shot.
Yeah, this base is definitely going to fall due to the sheer number of Locusts. The Cyclops from Mitch were in the area. Oh, great teleport there. Metaloid is going to have to extract and get out, I think, after he kills the base, of course.
He's going to kill the base.
Yeah.
And again, if you had an Aatrox on your team, you could simply bulwark that. Might put you in a better position. And again, Shipmaster.
Oh no,
Shipmaster's ability to do a hit and run is crucial. Wow, that's a fantastic play. I thought he was just going to bail out of that pat, but instead he just continues the aggression.
Man, he could certainly just bulwark and dying.
There's nothing they can do. Those hunters are stuck down there. Poo's already opted to use his
good vortex
teleport ability. That is a good vortex.
You're gonna kill like a lot of units, probably at least around 4 or 5 there.
You've got to get on the aggressive side now. You got to start pushing up.
Yeah, they should save this base.
You've been exposed. Yeah, this base is fine. But you've been exposed, you got to push. And it looks like Xavier's just sitting in the middle of the map. He's not really doing anything.
That's okay, because all he has to do is build up his army, because they did just take a little bit of a slight lead there from killing Mitch's base. Of course, Mitch already has opted to buy it back. That is a good idea. You need that base back as quickly as possible. Of course, when you're at a 3-base, 4-base game, it's okay if you lose maybe one every now and again, as long as you don't lose more than one within 4 minutes of each other. I want to say maybe it's just production-wise, you are cut back so far if you do not monitor that properly. So we'll see what they do here.
And they have such a great economy. If I look at the production tab, we've got Metaloid with about 5,000, 1,000, and then we've got King of Reason with about 4,000, 1,000. They're going to be able to build these Locusts back. He's got a full army of Locusts again, and they are starting to get aggressive, maneuver around the map a little bit.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Pushing the center, doing some damage, and then walking out.
Yeah. And, I mean, they saw what a great play it was to simply just take the flank. Maybe they opt to do that one more time.
Udpoo,
what's going on?
Listening to you, has officially opted in for a lot of Banshees. He's gone a lot of Banshees here. We have at least, I'd say, more than half pop.
I like that play.
Because, you know, you can go for the base trade, but there are just so many Locusts, I don't know.
It might be too little too late. Those Vultures are going to get rinsed. The Bulwark has been dropped. The Dying Breath has been engaged.
There's the teleport.
There's a teleport.
Suicide Grunts are coming in. Banshees are flying in now against a million Reavers. Not enough Cyclops to deal. Yeah, this is going to be that final deciding battle right here.
He's got Siphon. I just don't think Siphon's a good enough play to... It's doing a decent amount, but once Siphon's gone, those units will get rinsed. The only issue with Savior's army composition is they're not really doing anything right now. They're attacking the Hunters on the ground, but they're not able to attack the air. And Seamich and Uppu have overwhelmed them with the air, and actually they've won this battle, and it may be because of that Siphon play. I may have just misspoke.
I think it might have been.
Yeah, they've kept them all alive. It looks like Seamich and Uppu have a pretty decent army still. Of course, Seamich did lose quite a few Vultures, but those Banshees are going to prove to be crucial if he can push up and start killing off some of these side bases. Yeah. Savior's also opting in for Banshees. He's gone quite a bit of Banshees.
Yeah, he's going to need it for sure. Oh man, they don't need a Plasma Torpedo. Oh, there they are. Plasma Torpedo is up. It looks like you might have fully upgraded Banshees here. That is Udpoo. Gonna get a lot of Banshees picking off there. Of course, a lot of them are cloaked as well from the upgrades of Shipmaster. Going to pull back and keep all his Banshees alive. Will get chased. Oh my god, so many Banshees for Savior so fast. How in the world?
Quickly swapped into it.
That's just crazy, man. So many units here for... Looks like... What is Seamich doing? We got... Looks like a bunch of Vultures still. What are you doing? I don't see any units here from Seamich. I'm kind of concerned because
Is he a base locked?
maybe, I don't know. He's got a lot of stuff here for certain. Trying to find out if he has anything upgraded, say like Field Armory or Golden Vulture or something, but I don't see anything here. So Seamich's army is very small, and I think that if they were to push at an opportune time like right now, they'd probably be in a great spot. It looks like Udbu and Seamich are slowly moving to the right side of the map collectively. I'm seeing a lot of Banshees fly with Udbu, with no variation.
And Metaloid's going to opt in for a bunch of Reavers to try to counter Udpu's air. And also, Banshees do a great amount of damage because they do have Plasma Torpedo, which makes them anti-air. So they've got double the anti-air.
Looks like they're trying to get aggressive to try something here. Not sure what exactly. Oh boy. There's lots of Banshees. There's lots and lots of Banshees.
When in doubt, right?
Yeah, whip them out. Might have to do the Savior Yoda call here, where every hour that goes by, we will donate $10 to an environmental charity in the name of Donald Trump. Leave
Yeah,
your
I think we have
suggestions in the
to.
comments.
I don't think Savior's a good enough offensive player to actually win the game. Right? I think he's just he's comfortable with the defensive style of the game, which is totally fine because they've opted to put it looks like just about maybe 20 Reavers inside of a shield gen.
Yeah.
And it's all sitting at that front base. So if they can maybe flank and take out one of these side bases, maybe or Udpu and Seamich, maybe that's where they get the edge. But I think this game's all done.
I'm just not sure what army composition could fight this unless it was mirrored. So we will see. Of course, there are not enough anti-air units. There's maybe about 7 or 8 Wolverines here coming out for Seamich. That's just not enough to deal with all the Banshees for certain. So I think we'll be seeing... Oh, no. There goes the extraction. No, the displacement, sorry. All these units here for Udpu were teleported in, but of course he can just fly out.
Oh, he's actually doing a fantastic amount of damage to Red's units. They took out a lot of Red Banshees there, Pat.
Oh my.
This might be the time to make a push. Red's down to just about 9 Banshees. That's it.
That's actually fairly interesting. I'm surprised they went for that extraction on the Banshees instead of Mitch's units. If they would have done it on Mitch's units, he could have most certainly...
Was Mitch going Vultures again?
Yeah, we have a bunch of Wolves and Vultures. I think that would have been the better play. You just can't hold them for too long. Oh man, this would be a perfect opportunity to have Vampires back. You know what I'm saying? You can just drop Vampires, freeze all those, and then there you go. You're rinsing them, but...
Damn.
Sorry, different issue.
And again, they're stacking on that center base, not really maneuvering, and we're going to see a little bit of an, wow, massive army pushing up the center.
Oh boy.
I don't like the Vulture play still. I get they're really damaging, but now the Reavers are moving away from that shield generator. They are going to try to maybe move over to Metaloid's secondary. Yeah, wow. Dark blue. Here it is. Udpu's pushing up full pop Banshees. Remember the play? Remember we were asking Yoda within this video. We were yelling at him, "Go Banshees! Go Banshees! Go Banshees!" Udpu he's doing it, and this might be the thing that is needed to beat this.
For sure.
Wow, what a good teleport out.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, great drop there. Also,
Reason's gonna lose quite a bit of Banshees here.
He's actually trying to
tag
focus
team
on
these
the
hunters
Reavers too. Yeah, a lot of Rangers here coming in. That's the difference, is that Udpu does have full pop Banshees here, so this engagement is going to go more towards their side in terms of air. Constantly applying that pressure, just got to kill a couple Banshees, man. Look at that, all these Banshees will fall.
Banshees are getting rinsed.
Oh my god.
Now, as long as Udpu can keep his base, his stuff alive. Right now,
Seamich has everything. Yeah, that's exactly that.
We're looking at about 5 Banshees right now. Instead of going Banshees that are anti-air, he's opting for Reavers. So now they have overcommitted to strictly anti-air vehicles. And this could prove to be a major flaw in Savior's team's army composition here.
Yeah, I don't know though, because
lot of weak units.
Oh, there we go.
There's
Aggressive
the airdrop.
air support. There we go. This could do a good number.
They're going to be able to
honestly.
take the shield out. They are doing a
Vulture's gonna be there.
fantastic job.
They could drop the main. Oh no, the eradication. No,
Wow,
that's gonna
he's
kill
not gonna move it.
everything. Oh no, man.
No, he's still good. They're just a bunch
they're
of
all
one
still
shots
alive.
up.
You just gotta get some shots on him. You'll be okay. Dropping in random things like suicide breath. Somehow he got the shield back up. Not exactly sure how. Shield is going to drop right now. Of course, Reavers are just now showing up. Oh no, you can hit the Y button. No, and there goes the extraction, or the displacement.
Now, where are the Banshees, Pat?
The Banshees were all displaced across the map. That is going to save the shield at least a little bit. Metaloid Monkey will kill all of C-Mitch's units and then get his shield back up on his base.
Again, this is the problem. Even a fantastic push like that, I think the only push that can win them the game is one that just can't be beaten by the Aatrox in Shipmaster play.
That's crazy. Absolutely.
Again, I don't think they're even going to push up. I think they're just going to sit back and turtle.
Well, they have to.
I think this is what the game's turned into. Very slow-paced, not aggressive play. Non-aggressive play.
Yeah.
Is it good for the game for it to be this slow?
Not necessarily. At the same time, you do have like incredibly awesome matches from either side. But, you do lose some interest from some people who are just there to play a couple games on console and then get off.
Yeah, especially considering, like, the reason that a game like Halo 3 or Call of Duty 4 or Modern Warfare 2 is so appealing, you could jump in for an 8-minute game, right?
Right.
And then leave. You could play a couple games before you had to go to work, boom, knock it out. In a Halo Wars 2 situation, even Halo Wars 1, about 12 minutes is what you were looking at, 12 to 15 minutes. Nowadays, you're looking at, like, 30 to an hour-long game. A lot of units being teleported over.
Ooh, a little bit of laggy there.
Yeah, I'd imagine trying to put that
Vortex.
many units into one teleport, and the game's gonna lag a bit.
Yep, Bulwark.
Xbox One is fantastic, isn't it, Pat?
That's a different video. Here we have Banshees pushing up here from Udpu. I don't know if I can get that aggressive on here. It could be ugly necessarily. With the beam drop down the Banshees, you will have to micro those. You will, yeah, he's losing a lot of Banshees. I don't know if I'd stay here engaging this. He does have to try to save C-Mitch's base. Of course, a giant force here of Hunters is kind of showing up. Remember, at the same time, all he has to do is drop that base and then teleport away, and then they have done everything right. Of course, I think King of Reason's getting ready to do that right now. Yep, King of Reason's out, and then I guarantee you Metaloid will follow suit right after that. Yeah, look at that. This is the worst form of Dine and Ditch I've ever seen. Completely dropping
the
bases.
Reavers don't know what they're doing on that situation, and I don't know what he's doing. He called all units or something, and they're just letting the Reavers get rinsed.
Yeah.
Maybe just a bad little bit of micro in there. And they've got plenty of units. I think that right now they need to hit. Right now, while Udpu and C-Mitch are distracted on that side, they need to go back to the left side of the teleporter and engage Udpu's secondary base.
Yeah, for sure. That pick that they did get on C-Mitch's base is very great.
Yeah.
But I mean,
they need to keep doing it. They need to keep putting the pressure on. Sitting back at their base is not going to win them this game.
Yeah, they've lost their units a couple times because of that. So,
what do you think? Back to the previous topic. You prefer a Halo Wars that lasts 15, 20 minutes per game, or a Halo Wars like right now, where the meta's all sorts of whacked out, and we're looking at like 45 minutes to like an hour, 15-minute games for really competitive ones.
Well, honestly, I still think that's okay, Nick, because let me tell you, at the same time, like, the players who aren't that good aren't going to be able to hang on for that long. But, like, we have some of the top players in the game. So if you're able to put the game into late, that's because you're playing against somebody who's damn
So you think it's
good.
situational?
I think it is, because I think these guys at the same time have such incredible skill levels that they're so evenly matched. So that kind of makes the matches go on forever as well, because they all just keep making the best plays and the best pushes, and then they'll have incredible engagements or terrible engagements just because of what happens, and I think that's why we end up with these really late game matches.
I mean, the first match went pretty quick, did it not?
It did. It was fairly quick. Less than 20 minutes. Not too bad.
Do you think it's this map? I mean, these maps in Halo Wars 2 are massive.
Yeah. I think it's also the leader combo as well. The Shipmaster combo will cause basically every single time Udpu and C-Mitch get up ahead, their armies will just get teleported across the map. So you just got to keep that in mind.
It looks like they are going to try to maneuver their units back to the far right teleporter, and they're gonna go ahead and try to harass C-Mitch's Expo again that they are assuming he picked up. Yeah, just trying to get that scout.
Oh, we have a Spartan on the field. Let's play.
Useless.
Cyclops are in Cyclops are in position to watch the teleporter. No problem. Oh, they're actually teleporting over there.
What does the eco look like over there? I'm looking at 4,000, 4,000, 4,700, or 7,000. Like,
I'm looking at Udpu at 4,000, 18,000, and then I'm looking at C Mitch at 1,000, 5,000.
18,000?
18,000 power.
Has this man upgraded anything this game?
Yes.
That is a lot of power.
He's playing like it's ones. Well, they also have had incredible power node control as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm seeing like
big engagement.
I'm seeing 4 augmented extractors as well.
Say big engagement, but they took out a garrison. My color blindness sees me there. And again, they just put their units in the central point of the map, taking control of the center base, and it gives them the access to maneuver to any base that they want at any point, because they're just at the most ideal place to put all their units, and they keep them stacked pretty much, which is, again, I stress how important that I think that is in twos.
Yeah, it definitely is.
There they go, teleporting their units, or
they teleported back. Haha.
yeah, just a couple of them. And when they do this, they've got to make an effort to just push up now. You've taken out a good chunk of their army, and here they go. They are, looks like, taking a chance. No, they're just standing still now.
I think C-Mitch is also... their units are totally spread wide across the map, like, on all sides. I think they're just trying to get vision to see where the next attack is going to happen. Oh, we have an honor guard going Mach 10 on the enemy side.
Mach 10?
It's a speed. Whoa, good hit there.
Where are you seeing this? Oh, there he is. Just running for his life. Wow, he's fast.
Yeah, he's fast, motherfucker.
Oh, he's invisible.
Oh, he's cloaked. Haha. Whoa, he just got hit by
that one didn't give a shit.
Trying to follow. Oh, look at him go.
They're trying to spot their weaknesses, I guess.
And as the
what's the best one to attack?
As the Black Panther is it sulks his prey, he is spotted by a watchtower and will need to extract to stay alive.
And he missed the extraction.
Misses the extraction.
Oh, that was a teleporter. Oh no!
Wow.
Oh no! Oh god.
They walked into a bit of a trap there.
The Black Panther was ready for this. Oh my god, so many units here just dropping in on C-Mitch's main base. Vortex going down for stuns. Close air support for the assist. They will drop that base, no problem, just bounce. Look at that. Kirian's like, I'm out, bro, peace. And that everything will escape. The Black Panther play did for certain give them the advantage there. That is an incredible play. That's probably what they're going to do to just slowly win this game now.
It makes sense to me. It seems like you've got to utilize Shipmaster that way, right? He's a hit and run character. You can't sit on... You just can't... You can't not hit and run with Shipmaster. Otherwise, what's the point of him?
Right.
Right now, the teleport also comes back in very quickly. And that was fantastic. The way that he maneuvered his Elite Ranger, he figured that was the best place to attack based on the 2 previous scouts that he had on the on C-Mitch's secondary bases. Went for it, and I like it. It's a bold play. It paid off. You knocked off C-Mitch's main base. I mean, his economy's probably fine, but you slowly start to pick him off. You've got to make another attack quick, though. Right? They're probably sitting there guarding that base. I would go attack Udpu's far side of the map, far side of the base, or go keep attacking C-Mitch. Eventually, he's got 2 bases left. I'd imagine one's not fully upgraded at this point to Tech 3. You got to make a push at some point.
Yeah, for sure, man. And also with that, like they've just been constantly, like if I'm taking a look at the production tab, like Udpu's sitting on 10k supply, 23k power. C-Mitch is like near 1,000, just constantly spending. So honestly, if Udpu could hand him some cash and help him get back into this, that would be incredible.
Yeah, I'm sure that they'll start passing around the cash. But right now, I don't know why. Why would you sit here and wait? Go attack again. Hit him where it hurts. constantly keep them in fear.
I think you're right, Nick. I think that'd be a good play, especially if you go from like left to right. You know, you have
Yeah,
the
just keep
extraction play.
split them across the map, right?
Yeah.
You went to the left last time, go to the right this time. Make sure they maneuver. Because I'd imagine, let me take a wild guess, all of their units are probably sitting right around C-Mitch's old base, trying to guard it, trying to make sure that it can get back up without being attacked again.
Right.
Yeah.
I think what they're also doing as well. Oh,
Sizable
Honor Guard,
Banshee
the
force.
Black Panther is back again, sprinting around the map.
He runs so funny.
Yeah, he runs damn quick. Look at him just cloaking.
I don't think the developers
no.
realize how big this
Not
map
a
actually is
chosen.
compared to him and how quickly he's running. This is like several miles, it looks like. He's just sprinting, no problem across it.
You imagine just playing a Halo FPS and seeing something run at you that fast?
I'm done. It reminds me of the Invis sword, or a double needler, or dual wielding needler with Invis in my nightmares. Look at him. He's gonna be able to get that scout. He knows what the weak units are, or what the weak bases are. Look at how quick it moves.
It's stupid fast.
Now look at him. He's getting a good scout. Wow, Udpu picked up that base.
Yep. I think their play on that is just to have a shield, because if you have quad shields on that, then there's no way in hell they can drop it nearly as quickly.
But what do you mean? C-Mitch now, at any point, they can just walk up to C-Mitch's base. What you're about to see right here.
Man, that bulwark, dude.
I think this game's over because Udpu picked up that base. Well, not because of that particular play, but the fact that they have to opt for those shields, it shows the weakness in a UNSC player right now.
It really does. Oh, that's a great Decimus drop.
They're going to take that out.
Oh, that's a beam.
Extract. Teleport to C-Mitch's other base right now and take it out.
No, he's not doing anything. They're just going to stay here and fight it.
There's the late teleport, and there it is. He's going for C-Mitch's main.
Boom.
His
There we
last
go.
base, and I think that's game.
I think this is going to be game right here, guys.
Fantastic bit of time.
Wow.
I know we struggled with, you know, the slow play. But this is really great plays. Finally, Metaloid utilizing Shipmaster's abilities, getting him with the constant hit and run. That's what we needed from the very beginning. If you would have done that, I think 30 minutes ago, Pat, I'm sorry, about 20 minutes ago, I think this game would have been over much quicker.
I agree. 100%.
I don't know what they were waiting for. Maybe just playing conservative. But that you got to utilize Shipmaster for what he's worth, and that's going to be C-Mitch's last phase.
Oh my. There's so much damage here. I think this is it. I don't think there's any way they can come back.
No, I mean, look, see, and Udpu's, he's slowly flying one Banshee in at a time, and they're just instantly getting picked off by these Reavers.
Yeah, there it is.
Game number 2's in the books.
There we go. C-Mitch has self this last base. There we go. We're going to take a look here at the production tab and just kind of figure out why the game was the way it was. Obviously, the Atriox play was just so incredibly helpful. But, of course, the Shipmaster from King of Reason was incredibly helpful also. 38 liter powers. There you go. That's it. Abuse the Shipmaster as much as possible. 228 units destroyed. Jesus, right? 79,000 supply, 70,000 power. So good for both of these players. Of course, the eco for all these guys is incredible as well. I cannot believe how intense that game truly was. It's absolutely insane they did end up losing. But of course, incredible plays from both sides. We'll see what happens moving on to game number 3. So here we are, guys. We're moving on into game number 3. If King of Reason and Metaloid take this victory, they do take the 2v2 Open Summer Championships, putting King of Reason a 2-time champ. And also destroying and actually defeating the most recent champ for BtC 2v2s as well. We're going to jump right on board with Udpu immediately and see what he's doing. So we'll fly right over to him. It looks like Udpu is going to opt right in for... looks like he's actually not doing anything. So what he's trying to do is try to take the mini base play. And C-Mitch is immediately going for Marine. So as you're going to see here, guys, this is what the play looks like. So you can see he's going to jump right in the nearest teleporter, teleport all the way across the map here, and then immediately get on the hustle and sprint for his teammates, or I'm sorry, the enemy side's spare mini base.
So we've got just a standard chopper play pushing out. We got Ghost as well. The best thing about this, the best thing to do with this map is pick up your center power node as quickly as possible. It's so close to both bases. The quicker you get it, the quicker you can upgrade harvesters. The quicker you can get more units out that way. Crucial to pick that one up as soon as possible.
Yeah, and especially if they get the upper hand on the King of Reason and Metaloid, especially with the mini base play, then they could be in a really good spot for the future.
Are they going to opt for any expansions right away? Any mini base expos?
Yeah, I see. Well, both of them bought mini bases on the enemy side of the map. I don't know if that means that they lost their mini bases, but this is some old school, like reminiscent of Halo Wars 1, where say like you immediately have to do something incredibly important, or else you could say be very hurt right off the rip, and that's exactly what's kind of happening. It looks like Udpu might be opting for a double mini base expo. Actually, C-Mitch might be as well. We might get 2 mini base expos at the same time, which could be extremely beneficial for the Chopper Marine pump, honestly.
And it also could be, it could make way for a fantastic distraction.
Yeah, right. Metaloid and King of Reason are like, ah, shit, I haven't been playing enough 2s on ladder, and they're just like walking around like, oh man, we didn't do it right. So we'll have to see what happens here. It'd be very interesting to see if these mini bases do result in some kind of lead.
What do you got? What are the Andrews Toxic boys opting for right now? Are they trying to get
Chopper
some Marines?
Yep, Chopper Marine Flame. Standard issue stuff.
So, alright, let's talk about this then. I think they've lost both games simply because they couldn't effectively finish off a shield, right?
Right.
I think both times they had the game in not in a position to necessarily give them the automatic win, but a position to win, right?
Right.
And the fact that they couldn't take off that shield gen or pick it off when that, I think it was Savior's base was one shot in the previous game, cost them. And the time before that, similar situation. If it happens again, is it just too risky to go anything other than Atriox as at least one character?
I honestly think you need Atriox at all times. Just for the base expos at the moment in the meta. Atriox has been nerfed a million times, but I just think that the double expo functionality is just too strong in the meta to really be combated with. So I think you really need, especially with choppers as a combination. So I really think that choppers, in order to have choppers and a successful mid to late game, you need to have at least one Atriox in your team in 2s.
Yeah, I don't think the Decimus, and a lot of people, I mean, this is a heated topic, but I don't care for the Decimus play. I think it's I think with the new meta of double fortifications, picking up as many bases as you possibly can, getting that shield gen at a very cheap cost, and upgrading that secondary base at a very cheap cost. I think it's like 161 power is needed to upgrade a base to what you normally start with. And that gives you the ability to get the shield. I mean, all these things line up for Atriox being the play to be, and UNSC not so much. And especially with the shield gen stacking since the previous patch, I mean, UNSC is at an extreme disadvantage all around, and I just can't imagine that. Yeah, I get it. You want to spam Marines, you want to, go with something you're comfortable with, but I'm just not thinking that it's the play.
Yeah, shield gens are just too effective, I think, also at the moment. So it'd be very interesting
to see how season 4 plays out.
Yeah, it could be anything. Of course, it will be coming up soon. Maybe even see some announcements tomorrow at E3. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens.
It would be disappointing.
It would be very sad.
Where's that H3A? Let's go, baby.
Yeah, looks like we already have a shield gen coming up for King of Reason already. So. Yeah,
Metaloid's doing the same thing. And they are just too little too late. Both shield gens are up on this side of the map. And Metaloid's opted to pick up a secondary base.
Oh, he's going to try to vortex the shield jet? That could be extremely helpful. There you go. That's actually a good play. I'm actually incredibly
I thought that was
surprised.
it.
I don't know if you can deal with all these turrets, though. They're definitely a little bit too strong.
You got to stay on one side of the base.
Oh, man.
I don't like how they're splitting their units right here.
Mm-hmm. A little
The hunters are already coming out.
I think they're okay. I think they're just going to sacrifice some of their units here in order to get more Marines and Flamers through. Shrapnel rounds coming out. Yeah, look at that. Hunters already. That's going to be the end of this rush, and actually this game might be over much quicker than we thought.
You think that's an over expansion now?
I think
they've over expanded. Sorry.
Overextended. Yeah, I think it's too much. I think it might be done.
They've got still a good amount of units here, but with the bases on this map being so close together and the fact that they can just team everything that comes out, it's so difficult to get off a good rush. They've done a very nice job. I wish they would have done this in the previous game though, where they've vortex that shield gen down. That's fantastic. They just did it again where they teamed off that vortex. Or, I'm sorry, they teamed off that turret. Or the shield gen? Where was that in the previous games? If you would have done that in the previous games, this entire series would be a different thing. The hunters are coming out and just rinsing everything.
Yeah, that's. I think the chopper play is just too much.
Well, the ODSTs are in now. If the ODSTs can get off the bit of a cheeky mines here, or grenades, or whatever they do, they can kill quite a few buildings. No?
Yeah, they will stop that shield gen right before it comes up, which is huge. Looks like he's throwing suicide grunts into the base. This is not Halo Wars 2 or Halo Wars 1, bro. Doing a good job there. Shield gen now coming up in the back. Metaloid has had to bounce in between things. Oh my god, I don't know. Did I dismiss them a little too quickly? I think I may have.
This might be the micro of their life if they are able to pull this off. But they've got to acknowledge that that front right base or the front right slot has a shield generator coming up. Maybe they can get a vortex off in time.
Oh man, I don't know. The Rangers are just coming
they're
out
not.
too many.
They're not spotting it. They're not spotting it, Pat.
Yeah, it's.
And we're about to see a very. They're not even moving towards it.
What do you talk? Oh, a shield generator.
Shield gen's up.
That's a turret, actually. Isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, it's a turret.
Oh my!
Nick is
I was
blind,
wrong.
ladies and gentlemen.
I just assumed why not go for the shield gen, but
Yeah.
I guess the turret's fine. I guess. I mean, they did end up pushing them all back, so.
Yeah, every single unit here will fall. We do have one or two straggling ODSTs starting to work their way back across the map. C-Mitch and Utbu both double expoing at the same time again. Might be pushing ourselves into a mid to late game. I would love to see the teleporters utilized here and have an aggressive push, but we will see. It's interesting just because of how much they did end up committing that I definitely would have just backed up. I would have said, nope, I am not going to engage this. They did a wonderful job, but I mean, it's just too much.
Metaloid's picked up his third base. Reason picking up his second base. I think this game has fallen into that situation again that we've seen every time we've commentated a King of Reason game. And I think, you know, I don't want to say it's over because anything can happen, but based on what we've seen in the past, it's over.
We'll have to see here because it looks like Udpu opted in for some Locust play. We got Double Foundry on his Expo with Rangers coming out of his main. That is going to be extremely helpful. Looks like he might be he's bringing them towards the teleporter too, Nick. He might be going for an aggressive push to try to take out Expos as soon as possible, which would be incredibly helpful.
You need to do that.
Yeah, that's the only way you shut down this Atriox play is if you're on top of them immediately. So we'll have to see if they do opt for something like that. There are going to be a lot of locusts coming out. Of course, they could try to fight fire with fire, honestly. That's an idea. But, I mean, it's just so easy for them just to go double hunters and just kind of swarm all the locusts. Yeah, it just looks like he's just double pumping locusts at this point. Double pumping locusts, he's actually sacked one of his raid camps. So he's single pumping rangers, double pumping locusts, upgraded his expo, and now he's stacking. Well, him and C-Mitch are stacking everything near this teleporter. They're going to think about doing it. I think the big jump of the year probably is like an all-in, fuck it, let's see if we can do it, push, and if they do, then that would be incredible. But we'll really have to see what happens.
I admire it. Eventually, you've got to do something because there are all their bases on this side of the map are upgraded. Shield generators are on all of them except one.
Yeah, here comes the push.
And here's the push. A good-sized army, but will it be enough?
Let's see, shield is going to fall here fairly quickly, but of course they need to just pick off the generators as they can. The sensor tower is great for... Oh, yep, big warping of hunters there. That is going to be the end of those locusts. We need to try to warp out if possible, but here come a couple rangers, which is great. ODST drop
Nice
right on
block
top
there.
of those. Good job trying to save those. There's a vortex on top of that, focusing the sensor
Nice,
tower on the main still.
they're keeping the shield down.
Yeah, they actually will kill all of King of Reason's units here. Holy shit, that's actually really great. Needing to get aggressive right now is very crucial. Oh no, I see red unit over at Udpu's main base, but it's okay. I think as long as they pull back, the shield will fall here. We're starting to warp in some locusts. Locusts are shooting not at units, but actually at the mini base on the side, focusing those
they
units
just
should
don't
be able to
care.
drop them. Yeah, it looks because there is no shield right now. Keep that in mind.
They've got to push back up. A shield has just popped back up.
Yeah, okay.
And
So
that's a problem.
still okay though, because these units are still super weak. It just means they need to attack from afar, if you will. Snipers are starting to come in for C-Mitch. C-Mitch keeps accidentally warping snipers back and forth through teleporters, it seems like. With misclicks, it's very hard to use. But of course, those snipers are going to do a great job just hammering down these hunters. They 3 shots
I like
at a
the
time.
strategy they've got going on.
Yeah, why not get up
Some
on the high
snipers in the
ground
mix.
near the mini
Yeah,
base? That's
perfect.
exactly what he's doing. Going to slowly start working with that. Of course, a lot of snipers here will continue to pick off rangers, which is incredibly important, honestly. Of course, their teleports at hand will be very annoying to deal with. C-Mitch is still producing Marines out of that as well. Locusts are coming through. Here come the hunters, play right into the snipers. Oh, you need to keep those snipers away.
This could be the play that they've needed. They've got a bunch of anti-infantry. Wow.
They need to focus
They're
those locusts
properly
first, though.
doing this. Well, no, they got to take out the shield gem first because they can't attack those locusts. They're touching that shield gem.
Right. So that
There's
would be
a
the first
few
play.
hunters
Great teleport
dropped in
there
right
on the
there.
hunter. Yeah, that's actually a great play out of Savior as well. Just keep backing up if you can. Oh man, so many of those locusts are gonna fall. Support rangers are gonna help. There goes the extraction to keep the hunters alive. Wow, man, it's so crazy to me how often they use their leader powers just to save these units, even though they're just one unit each.
Just
you know?
yeah, just a couple.
Like just because those few units mean so much in these engagements.
This is probably the most intense game we've seen. I think the entire tournament so far.
Yeah, I'd say as
Just
well.
a fantastic
so
opening. They finally adjusted, right? C-Mitch and Ubpu have finally adjusted to the strategy. How can they finish it off, though? They haven't really done anything here. They've just intimidated. And meanwhile, oh my. Savior's team is opting for the teleport. They are going 7 or 8 locusts across the map. Maybe they're just going to let them have the base trade. Did they get picked off by something over here, though?
Oh, man.
Cyclops in the mix.
Looks like we do have a Decimus here out of Udpu. That could clutch him the whole game. Not really.
And again, this is the problem with the UNSC. Just instantly, that base is gone.
Yeah, the Vortex wasn't able to save. We will get a lot of them weak here. The Cyclops will be able to clean up some of them like a good janitor. But of course, there goes the teleport out. Oh my god. Oh, he teleported him over to the teleporter.
Wow.
Just when your mind just is blown.
Except that one. He's getting his ass beat now.
Looks like Udpu actually he decided to pull back all of his locusts. I don't know if that might have been the ideal situation. I think he could have probably pressured and killed one of those bases. If not, well, maybe, no, probably not, because the hunters were able just to jump back so easily. C-Mitch being down one base right now, that's exactly what they need to do, is just constantly pressure, add that. Of course, here comes a little bit of a warp in from Decimus onto this single locust. Oh, there come the supporting units there. Gonna literally pull everything through. C-Mitch is going to get aggressive. There comes a big warp in there of all these infantry units there. Oh my god, use the Decimus beam! Use the Decimus beam! Please, you can kill so many units here, that'd be so helpful. Oh, he's not gonna do it. The siphon on the locust is not gonna be helpful enough either. I'm so surprised he's not using the Decimus beam right now. You kill so many units there, Udpu. Kill so many units. He's starting to warp in units. There
Does
goes
he know about it?
Oh, I think so. I think so. I hope so. A lot of sniper play will kill all of these units, but of course here comes the Suicide Grunt army. A great pick off there from the Scorpion tanks. Oh no, he pulled the Suicide Grunt to it. That could be very bad. That could be very bad. Doing a great number on all these units here, just sniping all of these.
By the way, those locusts from yellow is about to go across the map, and they're going to start picking them off. Yeah.
You know, as soon as they start base trading at that degree, you know, of course you can easily warp back and defend, but at the same time, man, wait, are they pushing on the right side towards Udpu's base, or are they pushing towards?
Pushing to.
C-Mitch?
Looks like.
Oh, that's
C-Mitch.
a good beam right there. Good beam right there. Oh, good micro from all those units as well. So if they're pushing towards C-Mitch, they can easily just hop back through the teleporter and try to defend.
Oh, they're going for Udpu's main.
Oh no, yeah, okay.
Gonna hit him where it hurts. I think this is game. Do they have any other expansions, Pat?
No, there's no shield on Udpu's main either. Yeah, it's just the teleport control is just a little bit too much for this combo. Udpu will lose his main base there in literally a heartbeat, and C-Mitch and Udpu's armies will have to start getting aggressive. It looks like they are going to opt to send the Cyclops back through.
And then C-Mitch's main's about to drop within seconds.
Right.
This game's over.
I think so as well, Nick. I think this might be all she wrote for C-Mitch and Udpu. This might be a 3-0 sweep just from the incredible strategy and play that has been so effective for King of Reason and then adopted by Metaloid, and both of them using these plays effectively together. Never seen them play before until today, and oh my, I'm just baffled by the strategies they have at hand. Looks like Udpu just now dropping the base or the shield for Metaloid, and now they're getting aggressive, and Metaloid is just kind of doing this endless campaign against the humans, if you will, on the blue side. What do you think? Is there anything different that could have been done? Maybe a different combo?
It's definitely a different combo. If you're gonna beat them, you gotta go double Aatrox or Aatrox Shipmaster. Aatrox Shipmaster seems very viable. That might be. I would probably prefer that over Decimus. Look, I get Decimus has that Vortex again. It's fantastic for the early game. When you get to that mid to late game, Decimus just doesn't really cut it. So I think we're seeing the new meta developed right here. Aatrox Shipmaster, Aatrox. Also, I would expect within the next patch for Aatrox to be completely nerfed, shields to be completely nerfed. So don't get too attached, but until Season 4 goes live, I would abuse the hell out of Aatrox right now.
Yeah, enjoy him while he's good.
Same thing with Cansano.
Yeah, right.
Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for everyone who donated to the tournament. Thank you to everyone who is in the Discord, link down below if you want to join that. Thank you to everyone. It's fantastic. That's it. That's the tournament, Pat. That's the 2v2 tournament. It's all done.
Congrats.
The champs have been knocked off, and the new champs are here.
Congrats to King of Reason for his second champion for the BTC back-to-back weekend tournaments. Metaloid, congrats on your first BTC tournament win as well. We're thinking about doing more in the future, but we will see. Stay tuned as the population of Halo Wars 2 dwindles. We're not 100% sure on that. Isn't that right, Nick?
We don't know where our loyalties lie as far as which Halo game we dedicate this channel to. So keep you guys updated. If you enjoyed the tournaments again, show some support. Leave likes, leave comments. If you're done with the Halo Wars scene, leave a dislike. Regardless, all the information helps us figure out what we're doing next with this channel. So thank you all so much for watching. See you guys next time.